I am back again with another video. If you're new to this channel, hi, my name is Rivah. It's very nice to meet you. Before we get into this video, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. And as I always say, make sure you guys leave your comments in the comment section down below. It doesn't matter how you feel about this video. We definitely want to talk about it. Also, if you're not following me on Instagram, follow my Instagram. It's at RIVAH_JORDON. And if you guys obviously are returning viewers to my channel, you already know how I like to do it. I want to go ahead and get right into the video.
You guys, iPad 2, whatever your name is, unmute yourself. Hello.
Hi.
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 Okay, so very nice to meet you. I am new to your channel.
Uh-oh.
So, just kind of following along. So, I've just
First off, let's start with this. What's your name?
My name's Susan.
Hi, Susan. How old are you?
I'm 30.
All right. What you got for me?
So I'm 30 and I have 2 kids. So I'm single. I have 2 kids from a previous relationship. So I was kind of trying to rate myself, but I am still very young, active. I have a lot to offer. I make great money. I have good, well-behaved children, and I am in LA dating, and I just find dating in LA so hard. Mm-hmm. So I actually don't have a problem meeting what you call high-profile men, men.
Mm-hmm. You just got a problem getting a husband.
Yeah, but
yeah, because you got 2 kids.
So it's just the 2 kids thing.
No, it's not just. It's not just. It's not just. It's big. I mean, you're 30 years old and all this career stuff. But how many different fathers?
1.
Okay. How come you and he didn't get married?
I was so young when I was in that relationship, so I met him when
How old is your oldest child?
10.
How old is your youngest?
7.
So you were 23. That's
when I had my daughter, yeah. So my kid's father, he was older than me.
But listen to what I'm about to say. You were younger. You were old enough to make babies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
First one at 20, even though I'm not okay with it, I can let it slide. But the second one, man, that's a choice. Why didn't you?
No, we were in I was with him for 6 or 7 years.
But you weren't his wife. And that's
no. Yeah.
So if you'll let me explain it to you, I'll try. You're a woman that was with a man for 6 or 7 years, and you gave him the highest honor a woman can give any man on the planet. You gave him children.
Right.
You gave him not only 1, you gave him 2. And yet you did not require him to even bestow the title of a wife upon you. So you go back out into the market, older, with 2 children, you expect someone in that market to accept you older and bestow the title of wife upon you?
Right.
That's how men look at it. Right, wrong, or indifferent. And then being in LA, one of the most competitive markets for women in the world. Competition is stiff out there. I'll be there in a couple of weeks. Beautiful woman on every corner.
So I do meet great men. I don't think it's hard finding the man to
okay, man,
be committed to.
Oh, no. See, this is how we judge over here. We don't judge by dating. We judge in weddings. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing that counts. If you're not married, you're losing. See, that makes it real clear because you've had everything up to that point anyway, right?
I've been engaged.
Right. I don't count those either because women, especially a lot of black women, have been engaged for a long time, 3, 4, 5 engagements. See, when you make it real clear, there's a high value man or whatever term you're using. Has any one of them married you? No. And the answer is no. And that's why I say the dating market is difficult because you're not an unattractive woman. Sure, a guy will take you out for a nice date. You really want to know what we think? How tall are you?
I'm 5'6". I weigh 115 pounds.
Yes. Oh yeah, I'll take you out. Oh hell yeah, I would take you out.
So I don't have a problem finding men taking
Of course
me out.
not. I would. But the thing is, but what are you finding them for though?
I think that's a big thing that definitely needs to be addressed and needs to be talked about, because yes, you can find a man to take you out. You can find a man to show you a good time, but like he's saying, like, to be committed as to what you're looking for, like, you know, in a serious relationship, a lot of times the desire of men clouds the judgment of many women, like, because of the fact that they're desired by men. They feel like that means, like, oh yeah, I'm good. I have time. I could wait until I find this person or that person. When in actuality, it's like, no, like, men just desire women. Like, men will just be with you and get whatever out of it they, you know, see fit, but it doesn't mean that they're going to commit to you.
Yeah, I would take you out, get you a nice steak and some lobster. We'd have a good old time, and I would blow your back out, but I wouldn't marry you.
Not the back out.
See, what I think I really have an issue is, like, finding men that don't want, like, the superficial. Like, I feel like the type of guys, like, they just want a woman that, like, looks good on their arm. Like,
yes.
So, like, when you say,
hold on, listen, let me stop right there. Yes, that's what we want, because that's who we are. And you want a man.
That's the problem I have with dating.
But listen. Listen. You want men not to be men. You want men to think like women.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what we value, ma'am. We want a beautiful woman on our arm.
Yeah, and that's the problem.
Well, no, you're the problem.
I'm the problem.
Yes, you're the problem, because I'm telling you what men want.
Right.
You've experienced what men want, and you've got a problem with it. That's your problem. We're not going to change. You're either going to get on board with it, or you will die alone.
So what should I be looking for then?
Well, honestly, first you need to get down and understand that you have no leverage. You have no leverage in this matter. It's the men. We control access to relationships. You control access to sex. You need to understand what a man that you would want, what he would want in a girlfriend, wife, or significant other.
Right.
Like a good mother. No, wife.
That changes from.
That's another thing too. Is, like, I agree with what he says, obviously, about what women want in a relationship or look for, and what men do. And women definitely look for like, the traits of themselves in a partner, and that's just not how men operate. Like, that's just not how they think. Like, women, we're so, like, emotional driven, and we're so heart driven. And, like, we look deeper into things, right? Like, a woman can be kind of attracted to a man, not really, but if his vibe is a certain way, if he, like, you know what I'm saying, provides certain things for her, she will, like, grow to, like, deeply love him. And with men, it's like the opposite. The first thing is that attraction. If they're not attracted to you, it's not going to work right off the bat. So we're completely different when it comes to certain things. And I think, as a woman, you don't have to change your perspective or try to be like a man, but you have to understand the man's perspective. You have to understand it to be able to know how to function.
Every man, that changes from man to man. Where's your father?
Oh, I didn't grow up with a mother or a father.
All right. Wow. So, due respect, you don't seem to get that. Men judge the way we judge. And yes, like I said, you have no problem getting men to pay you attention. Mm-hmm. You've got no problem attracting men. But getting a man to take you seriously, and would you like to be married?
I would.
Okay, and that's a problem, because you're asking a man to become a stepfather. Let's say you're asking me to come in and take care of one man's child. A man's two children.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
I didn't create those. It's all downside. I've been a stepfather. It's a horrible deal.
What about the men that have children of their own? They want a stepmother.
Well, again, You still
I
act
think
as
like
though
most men at this
listen.
age.
Okay, listen. I'll answer it. See, you're still speaking as if you have leverage in this thing, and I'm trying to level set you. Even if I have children, I got more options than you.
It's true.
I can go find a woman with no kids because I can afford both of you. If I can afford to take care of you and your kids, I can afford to take care of her and no kids.
Yeah.
Why would I pick you and your kids when I know your kids are not going to? I'm not their father. They'll never look at me as their father. I got all the responsibility and none of the upside of being a biological father. Can I discipline those children like they were my own?
They don't need discipline. They're very
see,
great
that's your problem. There you go, right there. She said they don't
really
need discipline.
Don't.
Okay, this
My
is
kids
why.
are so
This is
great.
why. This is you're in freaking sane. If you don't think children
need discipline. All children need discipline. Even if the kids are good, they still need discipline. They need discipline, especially in the society that is, right now. Like, they definitely are gonna need discipline. It doesn't mean certain ways of discipline. It doesn't mean that you have to spank every single kid or anything like that. But kids definitely need structure and discipline. And I do agree with what he says about stepfathers. But I think it's different. Like, as if the child never had a father in their life, it's a little bit different. I have a stepfather. I see him as my father. I never knew any other father, right? So that's who I see as my father. I never had any other example ever of like my real father. So I think that the situation varies, but it is true that like when he did come around, it was an adjustment. He did have to go through a lot because of the fact that we were not used to having a second authority in our home. So I completely do agree with that. It's not easy. And yes, as a man, you do have more options because you can, like he says, you can get a woman that has no children. You can get a woman that does have children who's going to help you with your children if you want to. You know what I'm saying? More women, I feel like, are more willing to be in a situation with a man who does have children rather than the opposing side. And that's just, that's just how it is.
Your kids are not special. They need discipline just like anyone else. Maybe you don't. Okay. Now this is the problem. They don't need discipline. So the answer is, could I discipline the child?
Yeah.
Okay, without you questioning me.
Yeah. If I choose you as my partner, like have complete trust in you.
Okay,
and, like,
I could spank the children.
10, they don't need spanked.
No. I could spank the. See,
I knew she was gonna say that.
There, I said I could discipline children. You said yes.
Spanking. Oh,
Pay
Lord.
attention, woman.
I am.
You said I could discipline the children without you questioning me. Yes. So if I decide to spank them, I gotta listen to your mouth because they don't need it. That's why you need to stay single until your kids are gone. That's the choice you made when you reproduced, ma'am. And I need you ladies to understand something. You going out here having babies without marriage and then breaking up with men, you incur consequences. We don't want those kids around us because we cannot take care of them, cannot discipline them. We don't want to put up with all this other stuff. You're a fun woman. Guys look at you and be like, she's got 2 kids and she's 5'6", 115. She's a lot of fun. She's obviously sexually active. I'll have a good time with you, but no way, not no way, but very unlikely the man's going to take you seriously, especially when you start talking. Because I believe what you're telling me is honestly, and I'm like, who wants this deal?
Who doesn't want this deal? A beautiful woman that is a great mother, has a great career.
Okay. Don't care about your career.
Strong, like I'm submissive.
No, but listen, did you hear what I did?
But there's a lot of women. The thing is that I think the hardest thing to swallow for women is a hard truth. It's a hard reality, but it is the reality. Is that there's so many women out there. Like, obviously, like we already know, there's more women than there is men. So men have a lot more options than women. Men have a lot of women to choose from. Women have not a lot of men to choose from. So there's a lot of women who are beautiful. There's a lot of women who are submissive. There's a lot of women who are strong. There's a lot of women in great careers. And all of those women don't have children. And that's just the truth. There's a lot of women who you might think you're the best this, and there's another woman who is all of that plus perfect in looks wise in the looks department. Plus is a chef. Plus can do backflips. Like you know what I'm saying? Like there's always and that's just the truth. The truth of the matter is just that women just have more competition. And that's just completely honest. Yes, everybody does have their signature thumbprint, and nobody can be you for a fact, obviously. But it's just getting to that mark or that opportunity. That's the whole point.
Did you just okay? Did you hear what I just said? Don't care about your career.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The thing is, ma'am, it's the two kids. That's the two kids. Everything you're saying does not overcome the deficit that two children bring.
If you have money, that doesn't matter to you.
If you have what?
I said you have money, that doesn't matter to you financially.
I have more.
You have what?
I have more.
More
money. I have more money than you. I have more money than that. I have more money, and I can go over there and get her. She's 25. And she has no kids, and I don't have to deal with any of the stuff we just talked about. She's 25, agreeable, cooperative, fit, and ready to get on my program. Have butt naked, freaky circus sex, and she's happy to be there and experience all these new things. I'm dealing with a 30-year-old woman who's got her mind. Listen, okay. See, when this conversation is over, I go back to my wonderful life. You go back to your life still trying to figure these things out, and I'm just trying to help you, lady. Mm. I'm not saying you're not everything you're saying you are.
Down for the next 8 years, basically.
But you're not, okay. And who is actively pursuing you to be their wife?
I mean, I got options.
Who is actively pursuing you to be their wife?
I got options. I don't really
Ma'am, you didn't know. No, that would be a fiance.
Right.
See, this is where the truth comes in. You can either, ma'am, you don't have these kind of options. And I'm trying to explain. Okay, then you wouldn't be here. If you actually had options of the kind and caliber of man that you want, then they were really considering.
Why would you be sitting here talking to Kevin if you had those options? Why are you here talking to Kevin then? Why are you seeking a certain validation from Kevin if you have an option, if you have options? And I also think that Kevin is so necessary because, especially for fatherless women, I think he does play a very good role for these women when offering advice. Because he's honest.
To be their wife, you wouldn't be here right now.
I know. I'm just kind of learning about. I mean, I'm new here, so this is literally my first time really watching.
Well, but the thing is, ma'am, you're still you're a baby mama of 2.
Mm-hmm.
And are you telling me you're dating someone seriously?
Oh, I always have options.
I'm going to ask you one more time, and if you are vague, I'm going to bid you a good night. Just asking you, are you dating someone seriously?
Yeah.
How long have you guys been seeing one another?
It's been 2 years.
2 years. Has he expressed any desire to make you his wife?
Yes.
Has he taken you ring shopping in the last 2 years?
We've been ring shopping, yeah.
When?
About 3 months ago.
3 months ago.
That's a lie. No, I'm just kidding. But that just sounds outrageous because you just said you have a hard time finding a certain type of man, and so obviously you're not satisfied with that man. Either that's not true, or that doesn't mean anything, and you're not happy with that situation with that person, because that's not how this whole conversation began.
But this ain't the guy that really just sparks my, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like someone I want to be with forever. So that's.
So I go back to the first thing I asked you. Are you telling me you are seeing someone and the man who's actively considering you is the man you want to be with? And you said, I've got options. And you just went through this convoluted way of getting back down to, I got
it's
somebody
hard to explain my love life.
Well, no, ma'am. What it is it's hard for you to deal with the truth. What it is one, you don't have a man that you want considering you to be his wife. Right. You got a man that you don't want who sounds like he would take you, but you don't want to marry him. That's why it's been 2 years. This is why you're on here trying to figure it out. Now, I'm only trying to help you, but it seems like you'd rather argue or be right than listen.
No, I'm not trying to argue.
Okay, well then I need you to understand that your children are a massive impediment. How about this? Would you like to have additional children?
I would.
How many?
Oh, maybe 2. 1 to 2.
So let's say you and I were to get married, okay?
Mm-hmm.
What you automatically set up is you get pregnant on our wedding night, and you give birth to Kevin Jr. Then a year after that, you give birth to Kim. Kevin and Kim are my biological children with you, right?
Okay.
Then I still have to take care of your 2 other children, right?
So we have 4.
4 kids in the house.
Yeah.
Kevin and Kim are mine. If I decide to spank Kevin, you can't say shit to me because he's mine biologically. You can't tell me to listen. Okay, you're going to sit there and zip your mouth and let me get through the example before you say something. Can you do that? Give me a minute. Kevin and Kim are mine. They're my financial responsibility, and you cannot pull the mommy card on me because biologically you can't one up me. You can't play the high joker. You can't say those aren't. But when it comes to your children, they're your children. I've got to discipline them in line with what you think is right. So I got 2 sets of kids in the house under 2 sets of rules. That's madness. I've seen it. Men don't want that, man. Can you understand that?
If a man takes you with your kids, I was going to say something, but I know people will bash me for saying that. You need to appreciate that man to the highest. Because, especially if he doesn't have children, like, with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have kids already and a man takes you and your children as a responsibility and he's there with his duty and his honor, even if he has another kid somewhere else, or it doesn't matter, you have to respect that man with the utmost, because they already know going into it that they're taking on more responsibility, right? So then if that man actually does end up having children with you, and he's been taking care of your kids with you, and now he has kids with you, like, that's special. That's special, because most men would not want to do that. Most men would not want to take on the burden of somebody else's children. Especially if they don't already have kids with, if you get what I'm trying to say. Like, it's not like a situation where they had kids with you, maybe you guys broke up, then you had another kid, and then you guys got back together or whatever. Like, they have no attachment to you in the beginning when they don't have any kids with you besides just loving you for you. They don't have any attachment to those children because that's not their seed. If they make that effort and they're there and they're trying to help you with your kids, like, you need to look at that man in a certain manner. Like, I don't know about this guy that she's talking about, but, like, she should definitely respect this man that's coming into her willing to, take that burden. I don't know if he has any kids or not. Hopefully she gets to say that. But, like, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. That's a huge deal. And you never know. Maybe you won't want to be with this guy and you'll miss an opportunity on being with anyone until your kids are big.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem with having children already. Because you would have 2 kids by me, 2 kids over here. But yet, if they want to go to college, I'm still supposed to pay for it. If your children want to go to college, I got to put a roof over their head, food in their bellies, and provide for them just like I was providing for Kevin and Kim. Except Kevin and Kim, let's say you and I divorced. Kevin and Kim are mine. I still got visitation. Do I necessarily have anything with those kids? If you decide not to let me see my stepkids, you could cut that bond.
Right.
You ladies never think of it from a man's side. It's all what you want. And like you said, you want a man to not be into all this superficial stuff and which means you really don't give a damn what we think. We're just supposed to come in and do what you need. That's fine, but you better be offering a hell of a deal. And I've yet to hear that.
Only because of the kids?
Well, the kids are big, ma'am. They are big. I mean, and here's the thing. You do have the option because you say only because of the kids, but that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Would you date so you dating a woman with children is like off the table for you?
I married a woman with a child, ma'am. I understand what I'm talking about. I'm just doing. No, I would not date a woman with a child. No, I would not.
Gotcha.
I've been there. And the thing is, where's the children's father?
Oh, I left him.
Where is he alive?
Yeah.
Is he involved in the children's life at all?
Yeah.
Then if you really are serious, give custody to the father. Go off with your new husband and make a new family. See?
Oh, I couldn't do that.
Well then guess what? Buy a dog and wait till they're out of the house, man, because I've talked about women like you all the time. You're not willing to give anything up.
I think waiting till they're out of the house. I think she finds it devastating to think about that, even though she's already in a relationship. So I don't even know why she would even be here deciphering things. But I think waiting till they get out of the house is good for so many different reasons. I think it's good because you can just focus on being a mother. I think it's good because of the fact that, like, yeah, you may have needs and you might want to go out on dates and stuff like that. But, like, in a serious relationship, committed, if you don't have that, like, in front of you, just be a mom. You know what I'm saying? Be a mother. That's what people in the back in the day did. If their relationships didn't work out, they were just, that was it. Like, that was just it. But, like, and it also, like, you have to really get to know someone before you even want to bring them around your kids, because you don't know these people. You have to really know someone before you even introduce them to your kids, because people are crazy. Like, you have to really, really know what you're getting yourself into. So, I kind of agree with this. I mean, I know that's a while, but at the same time, she also has somebody who's there, who's interested in being with her and pursuing her in marriage, and she doesn't want to deal with that. So I don't understand.
About discipline. They don't need this. They don't need that. Give up custody. Can't do that. Ma'am, you're not fit. I mean, no disrespect, ma'am, but you're not really fit to be with somebody. You want someone to fit into your particular jagged life. And why would a man who has options choose that? Just because you're attractive? I mean, you're attractive, but in LA, that's a dime a dozen. I mean, you'd have to understand that, though.
I do know that, but I think I'm more valuable than just the way I look.
What?
I said I'm definitely more valuable than just my looks.
Granted. I'm never saying that you're not.
Like, I'm from the Midwest. I'm a good Midwestern girl. I'm not an LA girl, so I'm not.
I'm from Oklahoma, ma'am. I'm from the Midwest too. But what I'm saying is, okay, let's try it this way.
I hear you.
What would the kind of man that you want? What would he want from a woman? From a wife.
From a wife?
Mm-hmm.
He would. I think what I value, like, just at the end of the day, is just like pure connection. Like, do I like love? It's just love. There's nothing else. Like, do I want this person? Do I look up to this person? Do I feel like this person is a good person? Do we share the same values? The same morals? Like, is there laughter, joy, excitement in our relationship?
What does he want from a wife, ma'am? And you gave me...
Oh, what does he want from, like, just a wife? Like, maybe just a good housewife, a woman that cooks for him.
Okay, ma'am, so let me ask you a question. Were your mother and father married?
No.
All right. Then you were not raised to be a housewife.
No, I don't think I would. Definitely was not raised to be no housewife, that's for sure. But
listen,
I can't give up on that hope and that dream that I'll find the right person.
If you, I'm gonna slap the smack out of you. I'll let you go, man, but you cannot overtalk me.
You're gonna slap her.
I try to be nice, man, but you're not gonna do that. Look, you weren't raised to be a housewife. Mm-mm. And you just said the kind of man that you would want, what he would want is a good housewife. Then he wouldn't want you because you're not one. By your own admission, you're not one.
Mm. I wasn't raised to be one.
Which means you're not one.
But I had great influences.
Then if you had such great influences, why someone...
No. Kevin. No.
What you just witnessed was pretty privilege. Mm. She's used to getting by on her above average looks, but she's got below average outcomes. And no matter how I tried to talk to her, she's going to sit there and stamp her feet because she was going to get her way. I'm not trying.
Wow. I definitely think we touched on a lot of points. I agree. If you weren't necessarily raised, if you didn't have like a great example in your house 24/7 of mother and father, it's hard for you to emulate that. Not saying that you cannot. It's not impossible, but it's hard for you to emulate that if you didn't see that. But make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. If you're not following me on Instagram, follow my Instagram. It's at RIVAH_JORDON. I thank you guys so very much for watching. Please comment down below everything that you guys think about this video. I definitely want to talk about it. Love you guys so very much. If you're new to this channel, I do post a video every single day. The time varies. Make sure that you hit that notification bell so that when I do drop a video, you'll be the first one notified. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so very, very much. I will see you guys in the next video.